Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video I'm going to share with you some products that just did not work out for me. I tried to use them in so many ways. I tried to make them work, but they are so stubborn. They just gave up on me. I just could not make them work for me. And all of these products were purchased with my own money, and I kind of wasted my money on these products, and I do not want you to waste your money. And before starting, there's a disclaimer. If you love using any of these products, then please continue using them, because my skin is different, my hair is different, we are different people. So something that does not work for me doesn't mean that it won't work out for you. So if you love any of these products, then please do not listen to me. Please continue using them. I have two products that I ended up returning, and I did a full face of first impression with those two products. I will link it down in the description bar below, so you can go ahead and check that out. I'm talking about, I will insert pictures somewhere on the screen. I'm talking about the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Like this one right here, this one. So the problem is, when I first started using it, it is so thick, so dry. It did not blend on my skin. It was looking patchy. I tried so hard to blend it. It was not blending, and also the undertone was not right for me. I think they should work on their undertone. Makeup Revolution should work on their undertone. I love their Conceal Plus Hydrate foundation. You guys probably know that one is my holy grail foundation. But with that foundation as well, I had a hard time. Still, I haven't found a shade that matches my undertone perfectly. Like the yellow toned foundations are too yellow, and the neutral tone foundations are too pink, and forget about the cool tone foundation. So I use the shade 9.5, that is too yellow, and the shade F10 is too pink for me. So I feel like I have to mix them up to get my perfect shade. So they should work on their undertones. First of all, I used that shade F10 in the Conceal Plus Hydrate, the original concealer. The shade was not a match for me, but still I tried to blend it. I tried to make it work so many times. It was not blending properly on my skin. It was like sitting on top. It was so dry, so patchy, so cakey. It emphasized every little texture on my skin. It settled on my smile lines. It settled on my tiny little pores. It was just horrible that I ended up returning that product to Ulta. I do not have it anymore. I am happy with the Conceal Plus Hydrate foundation, but the original one is a bummer for me. I think if you have more oily skin, then you may like that foundation, but for my dry skin, that does not work. The next product, again I used that one in the same video, and I again ended up returning it, and I'm talking about, I will insert a picture somewhere here, the Catrice powder, paste powder in this shade Translucent over here. So many people rave about this particular product, but the thing is, when I try to use it, it looks white on the pan, right? And when I try to use it on my face, it was literally looking white. It was not at all translucent. It was leaving a weird white residue on my face. I love the Flower Beauty Universal Finishing Powder. That one is also white in color, but it is super duper translucent, and I'm wearing that powder today on my face. It does not give any kind of color. It looks flawless on the skin. But the Catrice one, I know so many people love that powder, but it leaves a very weird white residue on my medium skin. I ended up returning it. It did not work out for me. I think if you have more fair skin complexion, like fair light complexion, then you may like that product. But if you have medium to deeper skin tone, then that product is not for you. Though they say it's transparent or translucent, but it's not. It will leave a weird whitish residue on your face. You can go ahead and check that video. I will definitely link it down in the description bar below. So that one is a straight up regret for me. Next product is a lipstick that just did not work out for me, and this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Midnight over here. I love this line. I have two shades. One is a nude, one is a pink. I love those two shades, but only this shade did not work out for me. It is a dark, deep plum kind of purple shade. I have been looking for a similar shade for such a long time, and when I found it, I was so happy because the shade is really beautiful. But you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see the inconsistency? It is so patchy, so patchy. When I try to use it on my lips, no matter what I do, it always ends up looking patchy. I just cannot make it work on my lips. Like, you can totally see there's inconsistency in the formula. It is so patchy. I think this is the case with the darker lipsticks. Most of them generally become patchy, the darker shades, so it happens with this one as well. When I apply it, it ends up being patchy on my lips. I needed to pat it with my finger. I needed to reapply it. I tried every possible method, but it just did not work out for me. The formula is really good. Again, I love the other shades from the same line, only this particular shade tends to be patchy on my lips. Will I use it in my future video? Probably I will make it work because I love the shade. And if you guys have similar shade in your collection, if you want to recommend me some similar shade, then please do so, because I am still looking for such a pretty, beautiful purple kind of a shade. The shade is really beautiful, really beautiful, but it just doesn't work for me. The next product that I won't say that I hate it, but I don't love it either, just for one reason. I'm talking about it, Catrice Energizing Revitalizing Skin Mist Setting Spray with grapefruit, kiwi and vitamin C over here. I love the spray. I love the formula. Like, look at this. The mist is really good. It sets makeup beautifully. It gives a very natural finish, makes my makeup long lasting, refreshes it. But you are probably thinking then why it is in this list. It is in this list just because of the smell, the scent. Oh my god, it is so strong. It's like men's perfume. I'm not even kidding. The smell is too strong, and it does not even fade away. The smell lingers for the entire day. Let me tell you, the day when I used this particular setting spray and I was wearing my t-shirt, and the next day when I went to wear that t-shirt, the t-shirt had a strong smell of this particular setting spray. Then you can imagine how strong the smell is and how much it lingers. The next day I could still smell the scent on my t-shirt. It is that strong. It literally gives me headache. I do not have sensitive nose. I'm not sensitive towards smell, but it literally gives me headache. I just do not like the smell. I like the formula. I like the mist. I just do not like the smell. It is way too strong for me, way too strong. I wish they take out the fragrance, and you all know I am all about fragrance free products, but I know makeup is not always fragrance free. I can understand that, I can accept that, but that much of strong fragrance is like way too much, way too much. So I still have a lot of product left. I will probably use it for my tutorials, because I know after tutorials most of the times I just remove my makeup and the smell will be gone. But on a day-to-day basis, when I do my makeup in general, I don't dare to use this spray because the smell lingers and I'm sure it will give me headache. So I'm not going to use it on a day-to-day basis in my makeup routine, but I will still use it in my videos just to finish it up. It is a straight up regret. I won't buy it again. If you do not mind that strong smell, you can definitely go for it, but for me it is way too much. The next product is, again, people just rave about it, but it just did not work out for me. It may come as a surprise to you. I know you will be more than shocked to see that this product just did not work out for me. And I have seen so many people, literally everybody raves about this product, and I was super duper excited to try it, but it just did not work for me. And ready to be surprised, I'm talking about this Ordinary AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution right here. That looks straight like blood. Shocked, right? Yes, I was shocked as well. So the thing is, when I first used it, you should use it like once a week, not more than that, and strictly at night. So this was the first Ordinary product that I have ever purchased. This was my first Ordinary product. So what I did a patch test here on my arm, and everything was looking pretty good. So I went ahead and used these on my face, and let me tell you, I followed every instruction. They say like you should wash your face, you should not scrub previously, you should wash your face, towel dry it, and when your face is completely dry, then apply it all over on your face and neck and leave it for 10 minutes and wash it off. Since I was using it for the first time, I left it only for 2 minutes. Only for 2 minutes at night, and I washed it off immediately, and I applied moisturizer, like a hefty amount of moisturizer on my face. So the next morning when I touched my face was so soft, so smooth. I was like, oh my god, my face has never ever felt that soft. I was so happy. But wait, when I went to my bathroom and when I looked in the mirror, I was shocked. My face was looking like 2 to 3 shades darker. I do not know how it happened, but my face was looking so much darker. And I was like, what? Why is it's looking so dark? And it was looking so dark that my husband, my friends, everybody noticed it. My husband just told me, wait, why is your face looking that darker? What happened? And I was so embarrassed, and I knew that I used only this product on my face. And wait, the story doesn't end here. Everybody loves it, and I was like, why it's not working for me? Why it's doing this to me? So I used it the next week. I first used it on Sunday, and the next Sunday I used it again. I followed all instructions. I watched tons of YouTube videos, and I used it again the next week, and I used it only for 1 minute, and the same thing happened. My skin started to look way darker. I don't know how, but my skin was looking way too dark. And one of my friends actually asked me if I had been to a beach holiday. Look how embarrassing that was. Like my foundations that would match me perfectly, they were not matching me. I was looking that dark, and I was so frustrated, so frustrated. And I was like arguing with myself, should I use it? Should I stop use it? What should I do? And I was like, okay, let me give it another chance and see what happens. The next week I used it again for 1 minute, and same thing happened, and then I completely stopped using it. I don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. You can see like how much product is still left. I know so many people just swear by this product, but unfortunately this just did not work for me. And the darkness, it lasted for a pretty long time. None of my foundations were matching me. I have some darker foundations, even they would look a bit weird on me. So yeah, so sad. I'm so disappointed with this product. I wanted to love it so much. Since I love so many Ordinary skincare products, and most of my skincare products are from Ordinary, only this bad boy did not work for me. I did a full face of first impression video using Flower Beauty products, and you can go ahead and check that video out where I used this particular eyeshadow palette. Now, there are so many reasons why it is here in this video. First of all, the pan size are so small, you can see. I cannot dip my fluffier brushes on the shadows. They are everywhere, first of all. Secondly, the fallout is insane with this particular palette. You can go ahead and check that video out. When I was using it, my entire under eye area was full of eyeshadows, like full of eyeshadows, this area. It is weird, and if I have that much of fallout, then I will probably hit pan on all of these shadows in less than 1 month. Less than 1 month. And I'm talking about, it is Flower Beauty. It is $16. Look at the price point. If I'm spending $16 on a palette, then I expect more, you know. And one more thing, like I will show you right away, like this darker shade. See? Can you see? I hope the camera is picking it up. It is just so powdery, so chalky. Though they blend beautifully, I'm not talking about the blendability, they blend beautifully. And one more thing, all those shades, the pinks, the purples, they look exact the same on my eyes. They all end up looking kind of pink when I try to use a purple eye look. You guys probably know I love purples on my eyes. When I try to create a purple eye look, it always ends up looking pink on my eyes. And the pink, forget about it, always looks pink. I cannot create so many looks. But with this eyeshadow, all my looks tend to be similar because the shadows, they just blend in together and create like a weird kind of shade. Like if you use this particular brown in your crease, and if you blend it out with maybe with this mauve or with this pink, the brown will be gone. You will end up having only the pinks. Like, see the fallout. Can you see that? It's weird. Yes, you will end up having only the pinks or the purples. The brown will be all gone. And also, they do not last on my lids for a long time. They last, no matter what eyeshadow primer, what concealer I use, they last only for like 3 to 4 hours, and then they start to fade away. And these particular shades, this shade and this shade, they are more like eyeshadow toppers. They do not stick. They do not stick. They do not show up. They are so sheer. You need to use a glitter glue or something like that to make them pop. Do not like it. And let me show you. Like this shade, right? Let me swatch it here. Can you see the inconsistency? Can you see how powdery it is, how inconsistent it is? And wait, it's a metallic shade, right? It's gone. Like 2 taps, it's gone. Let me show you again. Let me show you again. Oh my god. Like, see, it's there, gone. Voila. There are some really amazing eyeshadow palettes out there, like the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. I have so many of them. They work great for me. I love $5 Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes. They are great. I love Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. Oh my god, they are $12 palette. They work amazing on my eyes. The formula is good, the blendability, everything is good about those palettes. I also love the Makeup Revolution Reloaded palettes, the Milani palettes. Those are for $14. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are spending $16, you can get so many options out there. You do not need to grab this one. Now just to compare, just let me show you. This palette is from Wet n Wild and it is for $5, right? So let me swatch the metallic shade, the gold from the palette. Look how smooth that is. How smooth that is. And let me swatch the gold from the Flower Beauty palette. Do you see the inconsistency? This one is Wet n Wild and this one is Flower Beauty. And let me do the same thing. See, the Flower Beauty one gone, and the Wet n Wild one is still intact. So if I'm using a metallic eyeshadow, I want it to perform like this, not that one. So it's a straight up regret. I do not recommend these eyeshadow palettes. Spend your money on Colourpop or Makeup Revolution or Milani or Juvia's Place. They have some amazing eyeshadow palettes within this price range. The next product may come as a surprise to you because I just reviewed this product on my channel and now I'm including it in this video. Now don't get me wrong, I do not hate this product. The thing is, I do not tend to reach for this product as much as I do with my other products, and I'm talking about this Maybelline Cheek Heat blush over here. Now the thing is, I shared with you in the review video, you need to really take your time. You need to blend and buff with your stippling brush, with your finger. It doesn't work. Finger doesn't work with these blushes. You need to use your sponge, you need to use your stippling brush, and you need to really take your time and blend and buff. Other than that, it looks really patchy. And the color is really beautiful, it lasts for a long time. I'm including this in this video just because I do not reach for it as much as I thought I would. I always tend to wear my powder blushes because those are really easy to apply, those are long lasting. I just do not have that patience to buff and blend. I just need something quick and easy. So if it would be like a quick and easy formula, like tap 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 and you are done, then I would probably love it, but I do not like that much of work on a blush. I'll still use it when I feel like I want to glam up or something like that. I will still use it and probably use a powder blush on top. But in general, I just don't reach out for it. I just don't use it that much. I really wanted to love this blush, but I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Like love when you use one product and you die to use it next. It just does not happen with me with this blush. I like it, but I don't love it. That is the case with this blush. So I'm back again, and I'm back because I completely forgot to mention some products that I regret buying, and I realized it after filming that video, so I'm including them here. And if you get a lot of echo, then I'm really sorry. In this room, in this setup, I get a lot of echo, and if I want to film these separately, then I have to transfer the entire setup to my bedroom, and it's just a lot of task and I do not want that. So please do bear with me. And the next product that I completely regret buying is this Ulta Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray. This one right here. It says it's like SPF 50. Now I love my sunscreens, but reapplying sunscreens on top of makeup is just a nightmare. So I wanted something that is quick and easy and that I can use on top of my makeup. And when I was searching it, I came across this product and I just grabbed it immediately. Even after like reading any review and stuff, I just grabbed it because I desperately wanted something with SPF during my visit to India. But let me tell you, first of all, the smell is horrible. It has a very nasty chemically smell. It almost gives me headache. I'm not sensitive to smells, but I just cannot stand this smell. And number two, it says it is a makeup setting spray. It's not. I have quite dry skin, but when I spritz it on top of my makeup, it makes my makeup so oily, so greasy, and my foundation, my entire base starts to melt, which is horrible. Whenever I apply it on top of my makeup, it becomes oily and it literally starts to separate. This is not at all a makeup setting spray. Now, if they would have marketed it as a sunscreen spray, then I would not include it in this regret list. But they have marketed it as a makeup setting spray, and it does quite the opposite of setting your makeup. It just melts away everything. It doesn't set your makeup. Even my makeup wears off pretty quickly if I use this as my makeup setting spray. My Neutrogena sunscreen spray that I used to rave about, and I still love it. That does a way better job than this one. My Neutrogena sunscreen spray does a way better job than this one, and you get a lot of product with the Neutrogena product, and that one is also cheaper. So if you want a sunscreen spray, go with the Neutrogena one. And if you are looking for a product that will set your makeup and that will also give you the sun protection, this is not it. This is not it. Don't get it. It is a complete waste of money. So I have applied it on my hand. Can you see how oily that is? I know it provides a little bit of glow and it is perfect for your body, but for my face, I do not want this oily residue on my face. This is pure oil. It is pure oil. It is not something like dewiness, glowiness. No, it is pure oil, and I do not want that. Now the next product might come as a surprise to you, because I have used that product quite a lot on my channel, but I do not use it anymore, and there are a couple of reasons why I do not use it. I'm talking about this Beach Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette right here. It's a gorgeous palette. The color story is amazing. If you guys know me, I love colorful palettes because it allows me to create a lot of makeup looks, a different kind of makeup tutorials for you all, and I love wearing colorful shadows. So I'm not complaining anything about the color story in this palette. The color story is amazing. It has quite a lot of like bright, beautiful colors. Look at the colors. They are beautiful. But hear me out. There is a problem with these shadows. They look quite colorful, quite pigmented in the pan. Even when you swatch them, they swatch, I would say it's not that good, but they swatch pretty well. But when you transfer them onto your eyes, and if you want to translate the exact same color, it doesn't happen. For me, the main issue with this palette is the pigmentation. It's not enough pigmented for me, and if I need to achieve that opacity that you can see in the pan, I need to build it up again and again and again. I need to go back to the pan maybe more than 10-12 times, and I do not want that. And sometimes even after building it up, it does not give me that opacity, that color that you see in the pan. For example, let me swatch some of the shades for you. So let's just swatch this green over here, and you can see what I'm talking about. See, it looks quite intense in the pan, but when I swatched it, it's not as intense as it's looking in the pan. And let me swatch the blue shadow for you, and it's looking quite intense, right? But let me just swatch it. See how sheer it became. So that is the case with this palette. It looks vibrant, it looks pigmented, but I cannot translate that pigment onto my eyes. When I start blending it out, they just go away. They just blend with the other shades. I cannot make them work. Even after layering it so many times, I cannot make it work. And that is the reason you haven't seen me using this palette in a while. Now, when I started my YouTube channel, I started with only 3 or 4 palettes maybe, and I didn't have enough palettes or enough formula to compare it with. So this was the only colorful palette that I had at that time, and I used to use it because I had no choice. But now that I have so many eyeshadow palettes in my collection, I have tried so many different formula, I can compare it to my other eyeshadow palettes, and I realized I do not like it as much as I like my other colorful eyeshadow palettes. For example, I love Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes. I love Colourpop. I literally love Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. They have so many different colors to choose from. I also love the Morphe 25L Pride palette. That one is I do not know, I just cannot make it work, and I do not want to layer it up so many times. So it is a complete regret for me, and I can assure you, if it is today, I would not probably repurchase it, and I would probably return it. And the black over here, this black, it is not at all an opaque black. It is very chalky, very powdery, and it is quite a nightmare. It is very patchy. You can totally see how sheer it is. Can you see those swatches? This palette even swatches terribly, you can see. So I just cannot make them work, and nowadays I have so many good options. So I do not reach for this palette as much as I would in the past. So yeah, if you are looking for a colorful palette, if you like colors, then definitely grab some Morphe palettes or some Colourpop palettes or some Makeup Revolution palettes, but this one is just a complete pass. This one is not for me. I love Beige Cosmetics product. I love their blushes. I love their Aurora Lights palette. That one is amazing. I just love it, but this one sadly doesn't work for me. And also their Desert Oasis palette, that one is also really good. The next product that is kind of a hit and miss for me, and I'm talking about this e.l.f. Cosmetics blending sponge. Now I used it today. I actually wanted to get the pink one. People rave about that pink sponge, but it was out of stock, so I ended up buying this particular sponge over here. Now the problem with this sponge is it is very soft and squishy and everything. I do not have any problem in that area. But if I use this sponge with my thicker foundations, it blends it beautifully. I do not have any issue with my thicker foundations. Like when I first got it, I used it with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I'm wearing this foundation today and I use this sponge to blend it out. So NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation is a thicker foundation, and I did not have any issue in terms of blending, and I thought, oh, it's a great sponge. But the next day when I tried to use it with my Wet n Wild Dewy foundation, the nightmare began. First of all, it soaks up a lot of product. I poured some product on the back of my hand that I usually use, and when I started blending it out, it's like it literally eats up all my foundations, especially my liquidy, like my dewy kind of foundations. Those are really liquidy. It soaks up everything. And secondly, when I try to blend out my liquidy foundations, like for example my NYX Total Control Drop foundation, it leaves a weird kind of texture, like the sponge mark the pores, the spongy texture on my face, and it does not look good. It does not look flawless on me. I don't know what's the case with this sponge. The same thing happened with my concealer today. When I tried to blend it out, it was leaving kind of like weird spongy texture, and it eats up all my concealer. I had to wear 2 layers to get that complete full coverage. I like to use it with my thicker foundations, but not with my dewy foundations, and I do not have much thicker foundations in my collection because I am a dry skin type and thicker foundations tend to be a little bit drying on me. So yeah, when I think with the case with the thicker foundations is, even if it soaks up a lot of product, it still leaves enough product to cover up my face. But with the liquidy foundations, it just soaks up everything. It doesn't leave anything. So I do not like it with my dewy foundations. If you are looking for a good sponge, maybe grab the Real Techniques one, maybe grab the L'Oreal sponge or the Flower Beauty sponge, or maybe the Wet n Wild sponge. It retails only for like $3. That sponge is outstanding. I do not have it with me anymore because I left it in India, and I need to repurchase that sponge again. I love that sponge, but this sponge, I don't know. If you like it, continue using it, and if you are looking for a new sponge, I do not recommend it. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did, then please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description bar down below, so please do check that out. See you soon in my next one. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.